गणपति शारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 26 of Uttara Kanda, in which we will see Ravana's encounter with King Mandhata. Having passed the night on the enchanting summit of Mount Sumeru and deliberated for some time, the mighty Lord of Lanka went to the region of the moon. There he beheld one sprinkled with heavenly unguents, seated in his chariot, attended by apsaras and being embraced by them, proceeding on his way, worn out by the gratification of desire. Seeing such a person, his curiosity was aroused, and observing a rishi named Parvatha there, he said to him, "You are welcome, O blessed sage. Verily, you have come at a fitting moment. Who is this shameless being proceeding in a chariot attended by apsaras? He appears to be unaware of his peril." Thus addressed by Ravana, the Rishi Parvata said to him, "O child, O you gifted with high intelligence, hear me and I will tell you the truth. By him all these worlds have been subdued and Brahma propitiated, and he is on his way to a blissful place. As you, by virtue of asceticism, has conquered the world, O Lord of the Rakshasas, so has he, and having drunk the Soma juice and performed many pious acts, he has set forth on his journey. O foremost of the Rakshasas, you are valiant and has truth for your prowess. The mighty are never offended by the virtuous." Then Ravana beheld a large and excellent car, radiant and effulgent, from which the sound of music and singing issued, and he said, "O great Rishi, who is that person endowed with radiance who proceeds surrounded by charming singers, dancing girls, and kinnaras?" Hearing these words, Parvata, the foremost of the sages, again replied, "He is a hero, a mighty warrior, who has never retreated in battle, having performed innumerable heroic feats in combat and slain many adversaries. He has received countless wounds and finally sacrificed his life for his master. Having destroyed a myriad people in battle, he has at last been slain by his enemies. He is now to be the guest of Indra, or it may be that he is going to some other auspicious region. This foremost of men is being entertained by singing and dancing." Then Ravana inquired once more, "Who goes yonder shining like the sun?" Hearing Ravana's words, Parvata said, "That person resembling the full moon, adorned with various ornaments and robes, O mighty king, whom you behold in a great chariot accompanied by troops of apsaras, has distributed much gold. Therefore, he proceeds in supreme effulgence in a swiftly coursing car." Hearing Parvata's words, Ravana said again, "O foremost of rishis, do you tell me, uh, do you tell me which of these kings proceeding here, if entreated, will grant me the pleasure of battle? Verily, you are my father. You yourself point out to me such a one, O you conversant with pity." Thus addressed Parvata once more replied to Ravana, saying, "O great king, all these monarchs desire heaven, not conflict. But, O mighty one, I shall indicate to you one who will enter into combat with you. There is a supremely powerful king, the lord of the seven islands, well known by the name of Mandhata, who will do battle with you. Hearing these words of Parvatha, Ravana said, "Do yourself tell me where this king do dwell, O you of great devotion. I shall go to where that foremost of men resides." Hearing Ravana's words, the sage said again, "The son of Yuvanashva, having conquered the world consisting of the seven islands from sea to sea, Mandhata, the foremost of kings, is coming here." Thereupon the long-armed Ravana, proud of the boon conferred upon him in the three worlds, beheld the heroic Mandhata, lord of Ayodhya and the foremost of monarchs. The lord of the seven islands was proceeding in a gilded and decorated car, resplendent as that of Mahendra, radiant in his own beauty, sprinkled with celestial unguents, and the ten-necked one said to him, "Do yourself give me battle." Being thus addressed, he, laughing, said to Dashanana, "If your life is not dear to you, then enter into combat with me, O Rakshasa." Hearing these words of Mandhata, Ravana said, "Ravana has experienced no harm from Varuna, Kubera, or Yama. What should be fear from a mere man?" Having spoken thus, the lord of the Rakshasas issued orders to the Titans, who were invincible in battle, whereupon, in fury, the counselors of the wicked souled Rakshasa, well skilled in the art of warfare, began to discharge a hail of arrows. Then the mighty monarch Mandhata, with gold feathered shafts, assailed Prahasta, Shuka, Sarana, Mahodara, Virupaksha, Kampana, and other generals, and Prahasta covered the king with arrows. Before they reached him, foremost of men shattered them into pieces. As grass is consumed by fire, so was the host of Rakshasas consumed by the king Mandhata by means of hundreds of Pushundis, Ballas, Vindipalas, and Tomaras. As Kartikeya surrounded Mount Krauncha with his shafts, so did Mandhata, full of rage, pierce Prahasta with five tomaras, endowed with supreme velocity, and brandishing his mace, resembling Yama's, again and again he struck Ravana's chariot violently, and that club resembling lightning fell with force so that Ravana was thrown down like unto Shakra's banner. Thereafter, the joy of King Mandhata was increased as the waters of the salty ocean at the time of full moon. But the entire Rakshasa host, shrieking with terror, stood round the unconscious lord of the Rakshasas, speedily regaining his senses. Ravana, the terror of all beings, lord of Lanka, covered missiles on the person of Mandhata, and beholding that king falling unconscious, the highly powerful rangers of the night were greatly delighted and emitted leonine roars. Regaining his senses in a moment, the king of Ayodhya, beholding his adversary climbed by his followers and ministers, was enraged, and assuming a dazzling form like unto the sun or moon, instantly began to slay the Titans with a dreadful hail of shafts, and his arrows and the noise thereof overwhelmed the entire Rakshasa host that resembled a tempestuous ocean. Thereupon a fearful conflict arose between man and demon, and those two heroic and high souled leaders of men and Rakshasas, like persons possessed, taking up multitude of warriors entered the field with swords and bows, and highly enraged began to assail each other with shafts, wounding each other in the attack. Then, setting the Raudra weapon on his bow, Ravana discharged it. Mandhata turned it aside with a fire weapon. Thereafter, Dashanana took up the Gandharva weapon, and King Mandhata the Brahma Astra, a source of terror to all. And Ravana took up the celestial and dreadful Pashupata weapon, the increaser of fear in the three worlds, obtained from Rudra by virtue of his rigid penances. Beholding this, all movable and immovable things were stricken with terror. The three worlds, including all that was animate and inanimate, gods and serpents, together took refuge in their abodes under the earth. Meantime, by virtue of their meditation, the two foremost of ascetics, Pulasthya and Galava, aware of the conflict, remonstrated with these two warriors in various ways and restrained the king and the lord of Rakshasas. Thereafter, the man and the Rakshasas were reconciled and highly delighted returned from where they had come. Thus come to the end, chapter 26 of Uttara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthage Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.